Yo, what's good? It's your boy 100K here, 100K Philly Sports Media, man. You already know what I need y'all to do, so let's get right to it on this bright Monday morning, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. And last but not least, hit that bell notification. That way you get the notifications when I do upload, man. So come on in here, man. Kick your shoes off. Pretty sure you brush your teeth, but if not, get that done, man. Have a seat. Refreshments is on me, man. So, over the weekend, had a busy weekend, so, I couldn't really engage y'all like I wanted to. But, anywho, I've been, paying, I always keep my ear to the streets and what's going on in this boxing world, right? So, it's just funny to me that, dealing with a lot of the buttercups, I just have to, acknowledge that the buttercups, and it's not all, but it's the majority of these buttercups, they must be new to boxing, and they really new to the boxing world, so they say things that they pretty much, they might look at other people's comments and they jump in and then they re-rock what they heard somebody else say. And you can tell because they'll all be saying the same exact thing over and over and over again, but just like re-rock. But it'll be the same concept, same narrative. So it ain't nothing but something re-rock, man. I'm from the streets, man, so I know when I see something re-rock. You know what I mean? Now, it's just funny that, ever since, this Bud Crawford Errol Spence fight has taken place, and clearly if you're a boxing fan, like, this is no shade towards Bud. And let me go on the record again and get clarity on this, man. I like Bud Crawford. I like Errol Spence. I like Jerron Boots Ennis. I'm a fan of Jerron Boots Ennis. Put that on the record. I am a Jerron Boots Ennis fan. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of sports. And I'm also a fan of Kenyatta Maldonado. That's my favorite boxer. Right? A lot of y'all might not know about him yet, but y'all will. But anywho, you have to have an understanding of what's being said here, man. Right? If you've seen Errol Spence fight in the past, prior to July 29th, you clearly will understand what I said. I said that was not the Errol Spence that the world and the boxing world is accustomed to seeing. And if you said that he was, and that's what you was expecting to see from him, you're not credible. You're full of shit. You know what I mean? And you can't be taken seriously, man. Because a real boxing fan would not have said that. Because I said it, and y'all feel as though I'm just anti-Bud, and I'm just a Spence fan, and y'all just run with that narrative. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm telling y'all what I saw and what I seen that night, and what I seen that night was a one-sided fight. A fighter clearly was not himself. Preparation, and just leading up to the walk entrance in the back, looking at his eyes, his face. He clearly was not there. Some people say, the car accident. Some people say drugs. Some people say alcohol. It was a lot of, narratives being pitched as to the reason why he looked the way he looked. You know what I'm saying? That night. And he fought the way he fought. It still hasn't, been solidified as the reason why. Now, we've heard about, the injury prior to the fight where he couldn't train and spar for 6 weeks. He had to cut weight, in different fashions that he's accustomed to. And again, that's not on Bud Crawford. That's on Errol Spence. His preparation, him getting ready for the fight, and knowing that he's not 100% going into the fight, he could have easily pulled out the fight and we just had to wait. And that's what I'd had rather seen. I'd rather him had pulled out knowing he wasn't 100%, than coming, into that fight the way that he did and getting dominated the way that he did in that fashion. So, I'd rather had him, called out that fight, and postponed it, and got right. Because then we wouldn't have these scenarios, these narratives, it's Terrence Crawford juicing because he definitely is suspect right now with his performance and his association with certain individuals. Let's put that out there. Right? So, I could see from a Spence standpoint why he wouldn't have called out, because maybe he was thinking well, if I postpone this fight knowing I'm not 100%, you're going to have people say I'm ducking him, or just some old goofy stuff. Or maybe it could have been to the fact that maybe he thinks, well, if I postpone this fight, Crawford or somehow find some kind of loophole to dip up out of this fight. Like what happened in November when he took on the fight with Avanesian, when he stepped out of the negotiations from the Spence. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what his psyche was, going into that fight and just with that whole situation. None of us know, because none of us have interviewed him to ask those certain questions, man. I would like to interview because I'm going to ask the questions that everybody wants to know. You know what I mean? I'm asking them type questions. Like if I was to interview Bud, I'm asking Bud, why did you wait 37 fights and right before you signed, right before you go to fight Crawford? Why did you feel as though, your whole career leading up to that fight, you didn't need Victor Conte? Why did you feel as though you needed to add him to your regimen, your team at that time? When you're about to retire, clearly because you said that, after this Errol Spence fight, you want to fight Charlo, maybe Canelo, and then you out the door. You gone. You gonna retire from boxing. You ain't gonna let boxing retire you. So it's just a lot of question marks, man. I'm asking certain questions that a lot of you people not talking about, and it is what it is. Like I said, I'm a boxing fan, man. I just want to know, what really happened. We all speculating, but I'm trying to find out. But anywho, so we had the fight. He won. He's never beaten any one of his opponents in the past. And this is no shade. I'm just putting what's out there. These are the facts, man. You watch Terrence Crawford's career, he's for everybody, man. And none of his opponents in the past were on the level of this Errol Spence. We know this. That's why it was a 50-50 fight in my eyes, in your eyes, in the world's eyes, and every professional that, commentates or is in the boxing circuit. They all would agree that this was a 50-50 fight. It was not a one-sided, I know he's going to win. I know he's going. It was none of that. But that fight showed it was that. You know what I mean? So the question marks, go up. You got Derek James grabbing, checking the gloves. The Victor Conte Association. Victor Conte's statement saying that he doesn't, care. Any one of his fighters, he can pass the test. He knows how to beat them tests. You know what I mean? So, it's a lot of red flags, man. And I'm not saying he's juicing. I can't throw that stigma out there. I'm just saying, this is what the people are saying. This is what's being insinuated. And he has to understand how it looks. You've never punched a dent in nobody else's head, ever. You've never beaten any one of your opponents in that fashion, who are not even on Errol Spence's level. And none of them ever came out looking like that or received the ass whooping like that. So it raises questions, man, what really took place on July 29th. But anywho, we're going to move past that, right? So I've said, in the past, he need to fight Boots. He need to fight his mandatory. And a lot of you buttercups keep trying to say, oh, Boots ain't ready. He ain't this, he ain't that. You just want to see your Philly young boy get body. You just want to see him get an opportunity. Why wouldn't I want to see him get an opportunity? He deserves it. He's 31-0, 28 knockouts, man. You never really hear Bud Crawford talk about Boots. You know, his whole thing is, I'm going to get this Errol Spence fight rematch. I'm going to fight Charlo, and I'm really going to call it a day. But now he's talking about moving all the way up to 168 and fighting Canelo Alvarez. You know, and honestly, I'm being honest. I would take him over Canelo. He can beat Canelo in my eyes. He can. You know what I mean? He's the better boxer. You know, and Floyd already gave a blueprint up of how you beat Canelo Alvarez, man. So I got, you know, Terrence Crawford. If they was to meet and fight, I'm picking Bud to beat Canelo. Right? But he's already laid out the format of how he wants to proceed going forward. And Boots is nowhere in his eyesight, man. He's nowhere in his eyesight. He's not talking about fighting Boots. He's talking about fighting Canelo. He's talking about fighting Charlo and calling it a rat. Now, I'm not saying he's scared of Boots. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying he ain't barking up that tree for a reason, man. And I keep telling you buttercups, man. And that's his mandatory. And I keep telling you buttercups. If y'all keep jumping in the comments talking about Boots ain't ready, he ain't qualified, he gonna get knocked out, you just want to see your young boy get bodied. Why would I want to see him get bodied? No. That'll be both of their greatest fights in both of their careers. And like I said, if he was to beat Boots, that would give him all the respect that he ain't get for beating Spence. That's a fact, man. You know what I mean? So it is something to gain when he keeps saying that there's nothing for him to gain by fighting Boots. There is. That's just easy to say, and that's easy for y'all to believe. And that justifies him not fighting Boots, you know what I mean? But, like I said, that's the coward way. That's your mandatory, man. You was in his position before. Get that young brother his opportunity, man. But I'm telling y'all, the reason why he's not saying Boots' name and he's not talking about fighting Boots anytime soon, he's talking about fighting Charlo and Canelo and calling it a rat, calling it a career, because he sees exactly what I see and what he knows what I know. I'm telling y'all, if y'all want to, y'all can be delusional, y'all can be decafs all you want, but you buttercups need to acknowledge, man. Y'all say y'all Crawford fans, y'all better go watch Boots, man. Boots can do everything Crawford does, but Boots can do it better, man. And Boots is a hard puncher, just like Terrence Crawford. They both have power. And I'm not saying this because, you know, I'm from Philly and this is my young boy. I think Boots is the harder puncher between the two. I do. I really believe he's the harder puncher between the two. You know, that's the fight I want to see. That's the fight we all should want to see, because that fight makes sense. And it will make money. And if you think that's not going to make money, then you don't know business, man. You're just hating and you just don't really want to see Terrence Crawford fight the elite competition. You know, his other mandatory, Roca, he's going to smoke him. You know, he's not going to smoke Boots. I mean, he knows, man. Listen, that's his greatest chance. He stands the greatest chance of beating that man. And he's trying to avoid that because he respects Boots. Y'all might not respect him, but Crawford respects him. Yeah, you know I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. That's all I got on that topic right now. I will be coming back with more, so stay locked in, man. Do yourself a good service, man, and subscribe to the channel, man. Come on in here, man. Hit that subscribe button. Join the family. You know what I mean? And like I said, you can jump in the comments, man. Listen, it's friendly fire, man. You give me your opinion, I give you my rebuttals, and we go from there. You know what I'm saying? But I will be, you know, uploading, coming back, because I got more to talk about, you know, in this boxing world. I got more to talk about the Sixers, the Eagles, a lot of stuff going on out here, man. So stay tuned in, because y'all don't want to miss out, man. So do me a big favor. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop in the comments, man. Please hit the like button. It's not hard, man. Just hit it. Boom. It's not that hard, man. Just hit the like button, man. And, yeah, man, so stay safe. Stay sucker free. Go get y'all some Joe, man. Hold on. Yeah, you already know. Needed that. But y'all stay safe. Y'all stay sucker free. Y'all stay forever sturdy, man. Peace.